Siemano, zanim zaczniemy, parę słów o naszym partnerze kanału, czyli o platformie Boosteroid, platformie cloud gamingowej do grania w gry. Jeżeli ktoś nie wie, na czym polegają platformy cloud gamingowe, polegają na tym, że można ogrywać gierki tam, gdzie się chce, kiedy się chce i o której się chce. Tak więc z dowolnością jest, jaką grę uruchomicie, a także na jakim sprzęcie, bo można uruchomić na telefonie, tablecie, na jakichś handheldach, telewizorach, no, co wam się będzie widziało. I to można uruchomić gierki i nowsze i starsze, bo można uruchomić takiego Frostpunka drugiego, można uruchomić troszkę starszego już Cyberpunka. No, wybór jest spory. Cały czas zresztą też jest biblioteka powiększana, co tydzień są dodawane nowe tytuły, tak więc no raczej każdy znajdzie coś, co go zainteresuje. Dla zainteresowanych link w opisie, a my przechodzimy do odcinka.
Siemano, witam bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Kontynuujemy naszą przygodę Henrykiem.
Look who's finally up!
Henry!
Come and join us!
To tyle, że
Good
cały
morning,
wczorajszy
Henry.
dzień.
You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
All the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first two times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
I made it mad, and when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zhelejov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa.
Henryk,
that's all.
oczy jak 5 zł.
I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were two.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the
Jak
teeth
dobrze
and had
potrafisz
bows
liczyć,
and
no
armor.
tak.
It might as well have been 10.
Byłeś
Whatever.
pewien, że nie byłeś napity?
Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I
Na pewno
recall,
nie.
you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Tarnberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
O nie.
Seat! He got shot in the backside!
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse.
No tak.
If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for, but I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my
widziałem to
strength.
wiadro.
Luckily,
Tak
I hit him a
właśnie.
nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things, but I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right.
Tak.
I think we should get on our way as soon as
wiadomości.
possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Bajana, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course.
Jasne.
And thanks for everything you've done, Bajana.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew.
Podejrzanie się
With a bit of
nazywa.
practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana.
Przepis.
This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts.
Tak.
And you have a right
Tak, dobrze mi się wydawało, że to będzie
earned
podka na
gratitude
zapisywanie.
of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you,
Zbawienny
sir.
sznaps.
Though I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
A ja bym może jeszcze uważył sobie w razie W potkę na na leczenie, żeby nie było problemu, bo mam dwie, ale wolę mieć pewność co do co do tego, czy aby na pewno... czekaj, wróć. Dobra, mamy to. Przesuń w górę. Teraz tak, rumianek. To sobie wrzucimy. Weźmiemy sobie jeszcze rumianku. Sobie wrzucimy. Weźmiemy żałwie. Wrzucimy do moździerza. Utłuczemy przede wszystkim. Okej. Wróć, żebyś to odłożył. Przesuń w dół. Obróć klepsydrę. Leci, niech sobie to wrze. I się skończyło. Dźwigamy to do góry. Weźmiemy moździerz. Wrzucimy do kociołka. I teraz sobie weźmiemy fiolkę. Przygotujemy. I weźmiemy zawartość kociołka. I ile z tego wyszło? 3 sztuki mamy już. Czy 3 sztuki zrobiłem? Jakby nie. Ja dostałem jeszcze... Stołu wziąłem. Aha, dobra. To odejdź od stołu. Zabiorę to. Sobie jedno musiałem dorobić. Teraz tak, no nie będę łaził bez spodni, bez tego. Wezmę sobie może wymienię na no, średnio wyglądającą tą żarcie. Tak, mamy 3 fiolki na sznaps. Ucz się, aha, okej. Nauczyłeś się nowego przepisu, zbawienny sznaps. Czy chcesz go zobaczyć w książce z przepisami? Tak. Wilcza jagoda. O. Okej, potrzebuję wilczej jagody. Jak to Domino mówił, kiedy człowiek wypija wino z wilczych jagód. Jak to było, z wilczych jagód wino wypija, wtedy mu odbija. Czy jakoś tak to szło. Chodź,
Nothing
idziemy.
against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
Tak, ale nie
Save
mamy
my skin.
papierów.
So did I. First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
No.
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself.
No tak.
They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I've known Oath since childhood.
No, owiec był bardzo fajny.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
Oj, zdziwiłbyś się.
I tell you, I saw him there.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him.
No ja
but
przez
that's
przypadek kliknąłem nie to.
nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Okay. O, dostaliśmy jeszcze kasę. Nie wiem dlaczego to tak działa. Nie mam pojęcia. Jedna cutscenka jest płynna, druga nie. Czego to jest zależne? Nie mam pojęcia. Wyglądamy jak włóczędzy. Bardzo ładnie wyglądający zamek. To muszę przyznać. Bardzo, można powiedzieć, że naprawdę w bardzo fajnym, krytycznym miejscu jest ustawiony. No bo, ustawienie powiedziałbym, że naprawdę jest bardzo dobre jak na zamek. A i nas zamkną na bank.
But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed.
Jest bardzo wysoko ustawiony ten zamek. Nie, no wbiją nas w dyby jak nic.
I bear an urgent message for your liege lord.
W dyby nas wsadzą. No pomyślę, żeśmy tymi rzeźmieszkami
Hear
innymi.
me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Szlachectwo of Lajpa.
Nie uwierzą nam i pójdziemy w dyby. Jak nic. Hmm? No i chuj.
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't! I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai! Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of
Nie
you!
wpuszczą nas.
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send 2 vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Co, jesteś kasztelanem?
There's a horseman approaching, in King Sigismund's colours.
Now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Nie,
or
no
shut
gdyby
your hands
nas
off me.
wrzucą za to.
No, wait,
To jest takie rozboje.
wait, one moment!
Nie wiem,
What?
kim on jest.
The fuck was that?
So now what?
Do siebie nie wrócimy za daleko.
There's only one thing we can do.
Co? Co? A, widzę, że są strażnicy.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
Oj,
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
co my teraz zrobimy w takim razie?
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
No, musimy...
Oh, we could track down those bandits and get our letter back. With that, they'd have to let us in.
How do you intend to do that? Ask them nicely. Please, kind bandits, pretty please, can we have our letter back? Or do you want to charge them in these rags and hope our stink knocks them out, eh?
They're very droll. No, I was thinking more like finding their camp and sneaking in stealthily. Find out where they put the letter, grab it, and vanish before they even know we were there.
Are you dreaming? What kind of chance do you think we'd have?
Quite a strong one. Maybe.
Bollocks, old pal.
Well, what else do you want to do? Go back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this.
No to...
We'd be a laughing stock.
Kurwa! Rzucam pomysł. Pójdźmy, odzyskajmy ten pierdolony list. Idźmy i, nie wiem, ukradnijmy, wynieśmy go po cichu. To ten mnie kurwa napierdala, że nie. To co, może kurwa mamy wrócić do Ratajów?
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Bajenas. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Dostaniemy...
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you've finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it? It's that woman from the pond. Or the one you gave us away for?
I bear that witch. Wench.
Oh, I tell you.
Bana go! O,
What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
nie rób tego.
God be with you. My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry, I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my, ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof, it stinks like something died here. Jesus, fella, that's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Doesn't half taste good.
Przepraszam bardzo, ja się myłem już.
Oh, hi. Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ!
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then.
But the stuff's
I'll be
undrinkable.
right back.
Leave it out. Once you got through the first one, you knock 'em back, lad.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on, are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
I'm no latrine cleaner.
Oh, sorry. It's just that you smell like one. And where am I supposed to know you from?
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
You were attacked at the pond. You, some other women, and so were we as it happens.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Wiedziałem, że to
I don't know
jest
what's up
durny
with you,
pomysł.
but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. We need to get to Von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Co mamy?
Why you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Always ready.
Glad to hear it. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
Okay.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Scallis.
Never heard of it. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life. But I know this place inside and out.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here. And that's a big problem.
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me.
No tak.
So don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the Smith for one.
O!
He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping
W końcu
hand.
jesteśmy synem
Come to
Kowala.
mention it,
No tak.
he's sat just round the corner there. If you want to ask him about
Siedzi
it.
w rogu, okej.
And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel.
O, młynarz.
He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
No tak.
I've heard things, all right.
Well then, be careful.
Is this the only tavern here?
In Troskovitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Troskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathouse wench.
No tak.
Who is this? Semi.
Właśnie, kim on jest?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort in the village belonged to him.
Aha.
Old Jan Samin is the head of the family. and his son's called Older, and it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
No tak, jak jest wasalem, no to...
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Okay.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Aye, coming right up.
Czyli pewnie o ten wóz chodzi. Czy ja kota słyszałem, czy mi się tylko wydawało? Jakieś takie miałknięcie słyszałem.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Berghoff is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down, let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, from the local noble family, is getting married. He's marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Bo kurwa Berghoff będzie.
Von Berghoff will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
Coś wymyślę.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals.
Kurwa, jak na razie to ja tu robię. Ptaszek.
I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks?
Ja pierdolę.
My noble pizzle.
Wysoki kurwa szlachcicu.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Ja pierdolę.
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look
No
much
właśnie.
like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up,
Chuja
word will get
prawda.
around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar, as if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Ugh.
No.
You know, sir, not everyone is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Ordinary people have to work their whole lives.
No.
So you should be able to manage it too. At least for one day.
No właśnie.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect
Kurwa
the ones
mać.
on their knees or in the
Chuja
fields.
prawda.
Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
We don't have swords, and we don't know anyone who needs protecting. So what then?
So we're fucked until someone rolls up his sleeves.
No
and
właśnie,
gets to work.
geniuszu.
By which I mean someone of the appropriate status, like you. In short,
Ty kurwa
be
gnoju.
so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Naprawdę nie zamierzasz mi pomóc,
It's just a couple
gnoju.
of sacks. Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bella Torres and the natural order of the world?
I chuj!
I simply cannot carry sacks.
They say clothes maketh the man, and you don't look much like a noble
No
right
właśnie.
now. So, I don't think the natural order will collapse if you get your hands dirty.
What do you know about a nobleman's honor? It's not long since
Na
I had to
pewno
drag
więcej
one
niż ty.
sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share.
Gówno.
I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself then. Right.
Dobra,
I'll
chuj, nie
get to
będę
work.
się z nim szarpał, bo widzę,
Alone.
że gorzej
Well,
niż kurwa z
If it
pięciolatkiem.
makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? By giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some
Kurwa,
gear,
ale
we'll
ty
head into the
miły.
forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind.
Kurwa!
How generous of you.
Zaszlachtuję cię,
I
gościu!
know, my dear Henry, such is my nature.
Zrobię z ciebie, kurwa, dywan. Gościu. Dobra. Dobra, tu skończymy. No, nie no, on zaczyna przeginać. To tak moim zdaniem. Ale dobra, tu skończymy. Ja wam dziękuję za oglądanie. No i co? I zapraszam was do komentowania, lajkowania, subskrybowania. Do wypowiedzenia się odnośnie tych pięknych 3 stanów, o których mówił Ptaszek. No i tam. No i cóż, dobra. Widzimy się w następnym odcinku w takim razie. Siemano.